Let's see how this goes today. Fastball. Oh. Wasn't doors, just missed it. What was that? How hard was that? 93? 946. See, I was timing up 92. It was my fault. Yeah. 1-1. If I'm a pitcher and I see that first swing, I'm throwing another one. Yeah. Barrel. Oh. Couldn't stay on it long enough. So soft. That was cute. 2-2. Fastball. 2-2. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nope. Inside. That's inside. Let's not play. Yeah. Saw it a mile away. Full count. See, we working. Full. Ball 4.
Justin's a guy who has electric stuff. He was up to 96 this year.
Yeah! Hey! Let's go! Yeah!
He's been up to 98 this offseason. Biggest thing for him, biggest knock on him is command. So he had, 30 walks or something in 15 innings this last season. So big thing for us when we started working together this fall was getting the arm more on time to allow him to have a consistent release point and to be in the zone more with the heater specifically. Then we also added a cutter, which he has really good feel for as a pitch that he can throw early in counts, get ahead of guys, and then take some pressure off himself mentally with the heater. If he's 0-1 or 1-2 after throwing a couple cutters, he can rip that fastball with good intent, good conviction, and not be so worried of this has to be a strike because he's already ahead. So basically, we're hammering a lot of those in bullpens, and he's been looking good in pens and pounding the zone. So now it's just about how can we get those same results with the hitter in the box. So that's kind of one of the big focuses here. I mean, it's already, knock on wood, was been better than it was last season, but continue to improve on that just to be in the zone more.
Yeah, so that cutter is kind of working as a bridge pitch, a strike pitch that allows him to set himself up for success early in the at-bats, right? It's hard to have a lot of success when you fall behind early, but that cutter can act as something that helps build confidence for the rest of the bat, that game, throughout the season, etc.
Yeah, I hope he can come back and just say be here, but he's throwing 2 fastballs and he's down 2-0, right? So if he would have thrown 2 cutters and there's that cutter right there in the zone, if that's pitch 1 and all of a sudden now we're 0-1, hitter's in a defensive, he's more likely to swing. At a borderline pitch, more likely to swing just based on arm speed, velocity. Again, a guy that can throw mid to upper 90s. That fastball doesn't need to be perfect every single time. Sometimes you're going to get swings just based on arm speed and based on hitters trying to catch up to the heater. Good spot. So
is that something, we're talking pitch calling now, right? So you missed 2 shots. Is that something that you talk with him about? Is like, hey, we need to reevaluate. You've been a kind of a power arm in the past. We need to reevaluate how we sequence our hitters.
Definitely. Ooh, did he go? Chase, what do we got? He went. Great pitch. So yeah, we've been doing sequences in his last couple of pens. Just talking through hey, how would you attack a hitter? Hey, we missed here, we missed there. What would we throw off that? And so just kind of a rough game plan of hey, cutters early to give yourself that freedom later in the count to rip your more power stuff. And also adding the cutter now, he doesn't have to use the slider or the curveball early in the count as much, and he can save that for the strikeout type thing. Obviously, it's not going to be the same exact formula for every single hitter, and you'll mix in some of those other pitches early in the count, but having kind of a game plan to fall back on is huge. And then especially for live ABs like this, as much as I can, I try to just kind of fade into the background, not say much, because obviously at the end of the day, when he's in a game, I'm not going to be there 5 feet behind him with an iPad, be able to tell him if that was a good pitch, bad pitch, or kind of what to throw next. So trying to bridge that gap from having a structure. That was off.
Bit of a sink or swim mentality at that point, right? You kind of have to let them go out and do their thing.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, something I say a lot is keep the main goal the main goal. The main goal is to help these guys get more outs in the game, batter in the box. Everything we do, great pitch. Everything we do is aimed at helping them in some capacity, whether that's improving health so that they're available more in game, whether that's improving velocity and stuff so they have better weapons to attack hitters, or whether that's improving pitchability, command, and pitch sequencing to again, utilize those weapons to actually get hitters out in a game when it counts. So in those scenarios, great pitch.
Fell behind early there, but a couple really good pitches to get back into this at bat. You've
Yeah.
talked about kind of the goal to be more in the zone. What's kind of been the thought process building that?
Yeah. So, ooh, that one's probably out.
Oh,
Just out. Good spot though. Hey, give me Justin. In this next AB, 2 of the first 3 pitches cutters. So I think something that is a common misconception is that velocity and command have a inverse relationship. If the guys throw harder, they automatically have worse command, and vice versa. If the guys throw slower, they're automatically in that better command. And especially from an effort standpoint, if we're looking at a goal of trying to repeat mechanics, we're trying to get to, I'm sure you've heard a lot of pitching coaches, hey, we want to get mechanics that are repeatable so that we can throw more strikes. Hey, we want to get to a repeatable release point. The best way to, great pitch, the best way that we can truly repeat mechanics or get it as close to repeating mechanics as we can is to go at a high effort, right? If we're trying to throw 20 pitches at 80%, chances are one pitch might be 82%, one pitch might be 78%, one pitch might be 84%, and it's really tough to, great pitch, it's really tough to repeat mechanics and have a consistent release point if we're moving at slightly different speeds, pitch to pitch. So, you know, as a guy like Justin who has thrown hard, has electric stuff, and has had command issues, something that he's heard a lot in his career is, hey, slow down, just throw strikes, place it in there. And just inside, something that probably has hurt him more than helped him is trying to take him off to place it in there, right? We slow down now, we're trying to reach out for home plate. We're overriding our natural movements and the conviction and momentum that we're creating through home plate. So, great pitch. Justin, you want to go one more AB? Perfect. Just talking through like, hey, if we truly are trying to throw more strikes, say with the heater, taking some off is probably the worst way to do that. So starting with things in the bullpen, like, hey, let's low stress environment. We got a 9 pocket there. Let's just rip as hard as we can. And then slowly, okay, now we got a catcher. Okay, now we got a stand-in hitter. And slowly adding elements of a game to get him confident and to have that conviction with the heater and not be worried about potentially hitting a guy or potentially walking a guy. Because him at 100% effort is going to be his best chance at throwing strikes. So that kind of on top of, hey, let's add something like a cutter that, oh, that was a great pitch. You know, he has a changeup like that moves 17 inches arm side. He's got a sweeper that's going to move, 10 plus inches glove side. He's got a fastball that kind of takes off on him. So a cutter that can be something that he can
tunnel pretty well there.
Yeah,
So,
tunnels well, throws in the zone a lot.
So it's not only like working on the physical aspect of mechanics, but that's also like, that's a mindset piece, right? Is you've been taught this for so long that
Ooh,
it's tough to get over that mental hurdle, right?
yeah.
So I imagine that's been kind of a part of the attack there. It's just kind of reshaping that mentality.
Yeah, and I think for people that have had command issues, right, they kind of be labeled as that wild guy or a guy that has command issues, and that sits with you, and it's always in the back of your head. And so, it takes reps, it takes confidence in what you're doing. You want one more? That was quick. Are you good? One more. Okay. But just his ability to be able to accumulate reps, and have those reps correlated with success. Hey, I threw in as far as I can. Okay, I was in the zone. I see that. And it starts to build up that confidence to where anytime that you do anything with confidence, right? If you're throwing a fastball and you truly believe, hey, I'm the best pitcher in the world, there's no chance this guy's going to hit this. This is going to be strike 3. If you're having that mindset as you're releasing the pitch, chances are your motions, your mechanics, your patterns will be a lot more fluid. They'll have a lot more conviction. And your overall chance of success is going to be a lot greater than if you're about to throw a fastball and in the back of your mind you're like, oh, I know I have command issues, or man, this guy hit a double off me last time, and now that was a strike. And okay, now I'm trying to place it in there. We kind of override our body's natural flow, and chances are we're not going to have the same conviction. We probably won't throw strikes as often either, because now we're feeling out for a release point as opposed to creating momentum down the mound. Which is something I did a thread on this actually recently on Twitter about how it's easier to stay straight when you're swimming with the current of a river than if you're swimming in a pool, right? So I'm swimming in a pool, chances are I can drift left or right if I'm trying to swim, and that's kind of like someone moving 80% down the mound where, hey, I'm moving slower, so now it's easier for me to fly open, or it's easier for me to miss arm side. Yeah. Versus, hey, if I'm coming at the hitter with conviction and everything I got, chances are this ball is going to be in that kind of flow of momentum that I have. I might miss up, I miss down, but chances are it's going to be, I have a higher chance of it being around the zone. So
It's cool perspective.
great pitch.
Good way to end.
Great day. Great day. Take a seat really quick. Good stuff, dude. How'd you feel?
Good.
How'd you feel you bounced back from Monday? Good?
Well, it was good, but Wheeler just wasn't there today.
Yeah. I mean, first pitch was what, 94 or something?
Yeah.
So I think still a tick above that first live ABs, right? So even if this is our down day, we're still slowly climbing. But just as far as like plan going forward, if you felt good with what we did this week, we can do that next week of, hey, keep Monday's pen lighter. Maybe even restricted to like 15 pitches, but still high intent type thing. Cool. Overall, I mean, good stuff. Let me just, okay. Overall, good stuff, dude. I mean, changeup was moving really well. I don't know how that one guy took that one. From
good.
here, that just thing took off. That was a hell of a take. I mean, 317 was the average. You got it down to 0.5. 18.
Change over there?
Yeah, change up right here. Fastball, average 19.6 from a 5.6 release height. Release points definitely matched up a lot better too. I know sometimes that fastball kind of climbs up a little bit on you.
Yeah.
But 5.6 and 6 inches release side there compared to 5.4, 10 inches. So you're within a couple inches either way. I think that's a lot better
Is
matching.
that cutter
up
in
right
there?
there. Yeah, cutter, change up, and then sweeper right here. So,
Sweeper just felt like it's dialed to.
dude, yeah, I mean, you had good feel for it.
I could just go sweeper.
Yeah, and any given day, right? There might be a different pitch you have that feel for, but being able to lean on that to get ahead early, I think something that we've talked about, right? Being able to, if you have that race to 2 strikes to where, hey, I can get to 2 strikes before I get to 2 balls, then you can throw that fastball without really worrying about command. I only throw this thing 96 plus. If it's a strike, great. If I miss, guess what? It's 2-2. I still have 2 pitches to play with. So
Cutter was just sometimes just low.
yeah, you gotta round it a little bit on few, but overall that was a good pitch for you too. I think sweeper was probably the most dialed today. How's the wing feeling?
Good.
Beautiful.
I felt a lot more comfortable today.
Yeah. Still liking that side of the mound? Beautiful. Beautiful. But yeah, I think just remember that plan early on. Because I think, it was maybe the second hitter. He fell behind 2-0 with 2 heaters. And then it's just, hey.
If I do that, I should just go sweeper.
Yeah. And also just like that idea of using your misses to your advantage. Hey, let's say lefty, I missed fastball up and out. A sweeper's going to tunnel really well with that, right? They just took a pitch that was a ball like that. So now a pitch that's starting in that same spot they're probably going to take, and you could just steal a strike, right? But yeah, utilize whatever you have the most confidence on any given day. Try to throw that pitch 2 times within the first 3 pitches of an AB, whether it's a cutter, whether it's a sweeper.
Get ahead.
Yeah, get ahead. Because remember, hitters suck, dude, and it's really hard to hit, especially if all of a sudden I'm going to take one, and try to get my timing out. Now I'm down 0-1. Okay, now I throw a sweeper and I swing and miss. Yeah, I'm down 0-2. I've gotten 1 swing off. I haven't seen a fastball yet. Yeah, and that's where it's like you have that freedom of, hey, I'm up 0-2, I'm up 1-2, and I rip this fastball. I'm gonna rip it 95, 96.
Come on, baby.
If it's a strike, chances are I'm punching them out. If it's a ball, guess what? Now it's 1-2. They just saw a fastball up or something. Now I can tunnel a curveball off that. I can tunnel a changeup, and it's gonna be that much more nasty because they just saw, their eyes just got used to a fastball. So,
All good.
cool, good stuff.
The last pitch was really executed.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back foot slider, and
Yeah, that was sick. That was sick.